Well, let's zip ahead and see the other ending.
You gonna fight?
Yakety sax, and then it's
Zip zip zap zip zip. Zip.
So what do you think, Matt?
What?
You gonna tell me your thoughts while we go fight the queen again?
About what?
About everything that just happened.
I mean, it was about like I confirmed. It was about like I guessed in the beginning. Although, really, the ending is highly up to interpretation.
Yeah.
I think the
Honestly,
King
the part where the judge comes in and just declares his disappointment with me for killing the queen and the unnamed other the baby, like
Cute.
that just felt
baby.
really heavy-handed. That could have been delivered a lot better.
Hugo.
Hugo. If you wide-angled him, you'd find out that his name is Hugo. Because Batter doesn't know his name. Apparently.
Pato didn't give a shit. All he wants to do is purify everything.
Well, I feel like he did give a shit. I feel like he's definitely had a reasoning behind everything he's done.
Yeah,
because
no,
he
honestly.
Says two really important things after he kills the queen and after he kills Hugo.
Yeah, that the world is perfect now.
Well, no.
There won't be any more darkness, and
yeah.
It almost feels like what he did to Hugo was out of a mercy killing. At least that's how I interpreted it.
Send them all to
he
heaven.
Was sick.
Send them all to heaven, where there is no pain.
But you have to wonder, where are we now, if not heaven? Well, I always had a theory from the very beginning that we were traveling through hell.
Or the netherworld or something.
Something
we
like
could just
that.
be walking the world. There's no
like
real...
in the library, there's actually a book when it's describing all the different guardians. They literally call it the netherworld. Like the three guardians, something something. The one where he had to get all of the pages with the...
Everyone pretty much lives in despair. There are demons about.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say that of the real world.
That's true. There's another theory going on that all of this is a construct of Hugo.
Yeah, I mean, they give you... The thing is, they give you just enough rope to hang yourself.
Exactly. Which is why it's fascinating to talk about.
Yeah, but see, I'm an engineer. I don't discuss things. I just solve problems. I remember this actually came up. I had this discussion. Wow, I won that a lot faster this time. I had this discussion with Nate about literary discussion, or about literary criticism and discussion or whatever. And I remember I'm like, well, we could find out exactly what the artist meant by looking at what the book meant, looking at looking at the book meant, looking at the ideas of the time, and like another factor. And it's like, oh yeah, there was somebody who did that. They stopped doing it because it stopped literary discussion, because people are like, yeah, no, that's what it is. I'm like, well, why don't we keep doing that? I want to know. I want to know what this is actually about. I don't give a fuck what people think about it.
Well, that's
because that just sucks the fun out of everything.
It has one meaning.
Well, that's not necessarily true, because the thing from now on there will be no more darkness.
Yeah.
The thing with art is that it's all how it's perceived when you put something out there.
Maybe we should stop talking about this. There's just some days where I don't like art.
Well, I mean, it's whatever it means to you, and that's what sort of.
But see, again, like, no, there's math. There's a solution to a problem.
But here's the thing, though. There's also math theories.
Yeah, there's math research.
Sometimes 1 and 1 isn't always 2.
I think no. It's sometimes you can divide by 0.
Sometimes the rules don't really count as being the rules.
Yeah, no. Like when you get to really high level particle physics and shit like Alright, official ending. Let's go with the canon ending.
Official ending.
I do like Batter's ending better.
I think it just has a little bit more impact.
Yeah. Kill this cute kitty.
There's just a lot more finality to Batter's ending as he destroys the world. Oh god, I need to...
Wide
before
angle
anybody can
cat.
act, I need to Omega. Ow. Well, he can only do that a couple times before he runs out of CP. And he only has 1,700 hit points, so we're just gonna ruin him. Yeah.
I think if
The
you get
judges-
to like the level cap, you can literally just like one hit him.
Escaping from your purpose is impossible.
EYII. Time to turn the game off.
And that's the kicker. That's why I like his.
Yeah, because
That's
it's
why I like his
you
ending
get the
better.
title line.
Yep.
Also, I like the last escaping from your purpose is impossible. That's what
And
sort
then
of pushes it for me, that like he knew what he was doing and it wasn't out of malice. He had some sort of purpose to it. And not necessarily because he liked it or because he had some sort of ideals.
It was his duty to purify the world.
And then you get this
So
same
how do
exact
I
song.
how do I get the secret ending, or is that the judge's ending?
But yeah,
Alright, so
I picked the official ending before I saw the judge's ending. I don't know if that colored my.
No,
I
Batter's
can't-
ending. Batter's ending is just a lot more satisfying.
Mm.
Because I knew what he was going to do when I saw a switch. I'm like, oh, off.
That's it.
In fact, I think I actually said that.
Yeah.
Barry,
Yep.
roll back the tape.
God damn it.
We can do that after we're done recording.
So you saw both endings.
Yep.
Do you have any other opinions?
Batter did what he set out to do.
Yeah, but do you believe he was right or not?
Doesn't matter if he was right. There's nothing left. What does it mean if a man destroys the world and his soul? All right, so I've got to go back to Zone 0. I think it comes back to that old adage: war is not about who's right, but who's left. Which it took me the longest time to actually get the joke in that. I never thought about it, and then like one day I'm like, who's right? Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
my hands.
you have the 5 elements. I'd rather buy something else.
All the shitty Zone 0 equipment. Yeah.
Oh, I thought. How do I get the special ending from him?
You have to trade it.
But if I trade it, I get the Ashley
trade-
bat.
No,
You trade
he
it for
gives
the
you a
Ashley
choice.
bat. Yeah, you get 2 choices. Damn rare object for them. Alright.
Ares card is my decision. Gorgeous. Use it wisely. I did really like the room, like all the really weird ass esoteric things where the game just kept like I like when games break their own rules. That's like
Yeah.
like that's one of the things I love about Hannah, did you ever end up playing I'm Scared?
Maybe. Oh shit. God, it's pixels. Why am I jumping? Nope.
I guess I'll do a
Lines.
wide angle
That
this
can be
time just
jump-
so I get all their names, because I'm curious.
Vader
Amanda just
Aloha.
told you.
Yeah, but
That's alright.
I forgot. So we have, yeah, Vader. I just like that her description is just fourth boss. The Queen. Delta 6. Oh, okay. So if you wide angle, it just says all of them at once.
Depressing.
The final battle between judge and batter, depending on what side you choose, it's kind of moot because they give you enough things versus the judge. Like, he has some tough attacks, but you have 4 fucking high-level people. It doesn't matter what he does, you're just going to kill him. And if you take on the batter, then it's just the batter alone, and you're going to just do enough damage to kill the batter in 4 hits. And there's
Yeah,
no
I was
fucking...
actually really curious as to why, when you choose the judge ending,
Why his
like
add-ons
where the hell did the add-ons go? Is that why?
I'm guessing it's
Or-
because you just die. It would be a really hard ending to actually win. And it's less about the battle and more about your choice. The battle's just there for show. It's there so it's not just I defeated you, batter. It's so you actually have to go and kill him.
Or you could take on
like
the
how
theory
they force
that
the point that you have to fucking beat up a baby,
beat up this baby.
Yeah, I know.
which I thought was holding like a red blanket, but then I look in the concept art and he's actually just like holding a ham. Like,
Yeah.
He's holding a ham.
yes,
holding
he
a
is
ham.
literally clutching onto a ham.
Uh-oh, Epsilon's dead.
Epsilon.
Uh-oh, batter's
And also
poisoned.
batter's poisoned.
Fuck.
Well, if you take the idea that the add-ons are also just like parts of batter.
Yeah, but he only has as much let me use my save third base.
He only has as much.
I mean, he only has as much HP as he does here, which is why as the judge you can kill him in 4 hits. And then the judge only has like 1,700 hit points, so whatever. Also, I missed that. There's nothing but the void in the world after me.
There's nothing but the void after me, and then it was like, I don't know what it was called. It was coup de, or I don't speak French.
Some in French.
Fools, mate. You've been wrong since the beginning. And honestly,
Some of the
like,
things
I think the other thing is the batter. The thing is, there's no real right and wrong in this world. The world was fucked,
Yeah.
but batter fucked it harder. But really, I guess the question is, like, was he destroying the world, or was he just kind of giving it the old Yeller treatment?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And really, dude, that's not for us to judge.
It's for the judge to judge if you chose the judge ending. Fuck.
The judge judged it. Just sometimes his verdict goes through, and other times it doesn't.
I also like in the battle between Vader and Aloha, they've actually got, like, her main attacks just sound like the passive aggressive shit that a wife would pull.
You don't even know his first name. Yeah, in those like in the room when you get all those, you know, what Hugo is saying, I guess.
The
We
little
can
notes on
assume-
the wall.
Yeah, we can assume his notes. There is this sort
Well,
of
we can
back and
assume that
forth where
Yeah, well, we can assume that the batter is dead.
yeah, there's these back and forth notes where he likes his dad some days and then he doesn't. He ends up liking his mom more in the end.
Or I'd be like, yeah, mom will pick me up and it'll get better. But yeah, he's holding a ham. Like, that red thing is not a blanket, that's a ham, and then that little white spot is the bone of the ham sticking out. He's literally cowering behind a piece of ham. You could say he's using it as a meat shield.
Oh
You could say he's ham-handed.
lord.
Ah,
Let's not go hamming it up now.
Ham.
Welcome.
I was like trying to think of another pig-related pun, or like, how can I work bacon into this? But I got nothing.
I purified that baby. There will be no more darkness. No, and that's kind of the thing. No, I mean, I guess that's kind of the thing that you can say here. That, this is always the thing, This is one of the things, one of the answers I've heard to why does God let bad things happen to good people, and the answer is because without evil we would not, or because without sadness we would not understand joy. You could say the batter's removing evil, but in doing that, he's creating a bland world where there's no distinction. You
Yeah.
have to have evil for there to be good.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of different meanings it has.
Yeah. Also,
That's
there's this whole thing where, in the kids comic, the baseball themed guy was
yeah, is the
the
bad
bad
guy.
guy. In his comic, his father gave him.
And-
There's a lot to it, and there's a lot you could draw from it and make your own conclusions, which is why I think this game has a lot of merit, despite being something that was made in RPG Maker 2003.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what ending I pick because I get a special ending
Nope.
The
regardless.
special ending comes after the credits, so.
Okay, I'm just gonna kill the judge
You get to
again.
hear Miss Judy Garland again.
That was actually,
What did you say there?
Miss Judy Garland again.
That was actually one of the problems that the people who were doing the translation had with that. Like, they offered it up for like download and stuff. It would get taken off on copyright and stuff because it had that Over the Rainbow song in it.
Well, Somewhere Over the Rainbow is public domain, isn't it?
I don't know. That's
Wizard of Oz is like a fucking old movie.
I don't know.
Didn't we
Maybe I
get into
read it
this?
wrong. Maybe they're talking about the different music in the game. Either way, it was.
Didn't we get into this discussion when we were playing Road Trip where we couldn't really talk about the Wizard of Oz
Oh right,
movie
yeah, that's
because
the
it's not
that's
public
the
domain,
right, yeah, that's the thing.
but the
that's
book
why,
is.
Yeah, that's why yeah, in the Road Trip Oz module, Ross always refers to the novel or the novel because the novel is public domain, but the movie isn't. It should be public domain, but I think people have been taking the Disney clause.
Yeah, somebody out there owns it.
YouTube, take this video down. I have copyrighted shit. Honestly, this game's copyrighted too, but they don't care about that. It all depends on how much Metro Goldwyn Mayer hates me.
Yeah.
So much.
I had a thought-
Co-produced
right,
by.
So go on.
And honestly,
It's not that important of a thought, but go on.
go ahead.
And also,
I was
that's one of
just
the.
gonna
Oh, sorry.
Go, Matt, go. I will go after.
I think one of
everyone.
the other things is that artistic interpretation gets weird, especially since this game, its main medium is text and it was translated. So the thing is, the question is for the translators whether they translated the words or they translated the spirit. And I mean, like, it's not like it's a fucked up translation. Like, it's plenty readable, but it's like when people talk about the New Revised Standard Bible versus the King James Bible versus the New International Bible, that those were all translated to have different meanings. The King James
Yeah.
version is the one that the Mormons use because that's the one that's been through the fewest translations and is closest to the source. And it's believed that the New Revised Standard Version is the best translation of the words, but the New International Version is the best modern adaptation of the meaning.
So if any of us knew French, maybe we could
Yeah.
send this game to Alex.
Actually, I've got a friend Max. He's actually going to be a French teacher. I should recommend this game to him. See what he thinks of it, or if there's any like weirdness.
Yeah, play it in French and play it in English and see what the difference. See if there's any difference there. You know, just spend 8 hours playing the same game twice.
Whatever.
It's
It's
not
not like
that
he does any.
long. It's longish.
like-
It's a game you can finish in a couple days.
I mean, especially after you figure out all the puzzles, I skip right through it.
Put it down, Judy. No. No, I actually think the song is really fitting.
I do too. The first
I
time.
find it strangely analogous to the end of Fallout.
I can see that.
That's one of the things I love about Fallout. They either have the ink spots or they have like fucking Louis Armstrong.
I don't want to talk over the special ending.
Does the special ending have a lot of voice work?
No, I just don't want to talk over it. You need to experience it, but
Yeah.
I'll blab afterwards.
Yay! That's amazing.
Well, congratulations, Matt. You helped the space apes build their giant robot factory.
Fuck yes.
And of course, it's Matt's favorite ending because it ends at a robot factory.
Everything I ever wanted.
Yeah. That was good. I like that.
So what'd you think? What'd you think of the game as a whole?
I mean, it was good. It had it promotes some thought. I will say that the part I kind of wish I had less seen the ending where it's like, ah, Batter, you killed your wife and son. Like, I kind of wish I had seen that coming less. Some of the puzzles were sort of obtuse, but some like the puzzles at the end were like really clever. I liked the way that it used a lot of the. I like the way it made good use of the mechanics, and I've never made anything with RPG Maker, so I can't speak for certain. But I am impressed with how many elements of this were not an RPG, and how many different things he managed to do with the medium.
Yeah, I would say forgiven because RPG Maker is kind of notoriously
I mean,
Basic.
RPG Maker has
Yeah.
it's got a lot of stuff in it as far as like I've worked with it a little bit, but I never did a lot because like,
Making a game is hard.
yeah, kind of, yeah. Charlie, I know you're watching this. But yeah, no, I really I enjoyed a lot of the things it did with the medium. It seemed like it took whatever medium it had and kind of flew with it.
yeah.
And I enjoyed the recurring characters. It was a very surreal game, and it did a lot with what it had.
I really liked the art direction with it, like how simple it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But
and
it
then
still had
and,
that like that weird, grotesque sort of edge to it.
well, that
And
was
it kept,
the that was
and it kept that theme throughout it.
That's what
which-
drew me in, honestly.
Yeah.
The art
Well, and-
direction.
I mean, the other thing about it that's really interesting is that it uses this really simple medium to set it up, and then suddenly the room just has like, holy shit! There's brand new palettes. There's brand new like, there's a whole new like everything.
There's scribbles and a
floor
new
is lava.
soundtrack. The floor
Yeah.
is lava.
Everything
blood.
about that area was different, and it's so interesting because just like everything else was. I mean, I'm not going to say everything else was the same, but everything else was very similar.
Yeah,
And
it
that's when-
followed rules.
Well, yeah, it had a uniform thing, and then the room just kind of like took all that and just like, nah.
Duh. Now we're gonna get really heavy.
All these Elsons you thought were the same size, let's just throw a giant one in there, and they're just
People aren't talking to you like you're a grown man anymore. People are talking to you like you're a kid. What's that all about?
What's
Here's a
that
kid.
all about?
Now kill him.
Yeah.
here's a child and a hock of ham. You have a baseball bat. Do what you do.
Go on with it. You want to read a comic book?
That was actually the point that I wanted to talk about, just because way back in art history, when we were talking about old ancient art and stuff, when you move to the right, at least in the Western cultures, when you move to the right, it's victory. Like in all of the paintings and frescoes and mosaics and stuff of conquerors,
'Cause-
conquerors
well,
like
because red is-
Alexander the Great are on the right, but throughout the entire game, Batter is coming from the left. Or wait, no, he's from the right.
He's from the
I
right,
can't
but he's from the right,
directions.
but he's going to the left. The
Yeah, he's
boxer
going to the
starts on the
left.
left and goes to the right.
Yeah, and when the comic happened, I was like, oh my god, my art history learning means something. It's kind of relevant.
Symbolism!
And I just liked it because it's just off is basically like a box with just symbolism, and it's not really shooken up. It's just it's a
just
pile
there.
of symbolism, and it's like, yeah, you can pick through it if you want. I'll just leave this box of symbolism here, and it's from all different places, and you can just go wild with the kids. And I'm like, I love storytelling like that because it keeps me coming back and talking
Exactly.
about it.
But you can also take it at face value if you want.
There's not a lot really to take at face value here, though. Everything's very abstract. It's very clearly designed to be symbolism. If you take it at face value, it's a very bizarre story.
Yeah. You could just be like, hey, I played a weird game.
Yeah.
I like that shopkeeper though. He was cool.
Yeah, no, I like
As
that
news.
I like that he acknowledges the absurdity of everything, and also that it's a game. I also like that part where the game acknowledges that it's a game. That's chapter 2 of World Within a Window.
There is a popular theory that Zachary actually was the protagonist in like a previous, no, well, not an actually previously existing game, but since he knows all about like the game mechanics and how he's a merchant now and how he has to show up and abide by these RPG rules, and because his mask looks like a frog,
Oh yeah,
that
and then
he
there
was
that
actually the
story.
hero. He was the masked man who killed the Toad King, and then took his face because I guess
Yeah.
he just likes.
That's
wearing
what he does.
I just like the yeah no I honestly I like the idea that and mostly I just like this idea because it just lampoons JRPGs that like you never had any control. Batter was doing everything.
Mhm.
Because that's one
No,
of the
they're not
things that
good.
in JRPGs all you do is all you, I think Yahtzee said it best. You have all the characters are here on dollies. You shove them around and watch them talk at each other.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then you just
And
kind
then-
of sit and watch them talk at each other until it's time to dolly them somewhere else.
Much
then-
like if you were recording this and posting it on the internet, people are sitting around watching us talk to each other.
Yeah, I know that would be boring as hell, wouldn't it?